What the solution to the problem that was presented was, first of all, we clean all the lichen and all the crumbling paint, everything on the outside, just clean it. And we water flushed it. And then covered the whole shelf with butyl rubber. And it's like, there's a black house of the century, which was pretty cool. Then, from that point, we added polka dots, then applying these little plastic chairs that are used for holding rebars up off the ground. Well, Doug and his girlfriend and I, in a couple of days, we snapped chalk lines all around the outside, and where they intersected is where we would put these little chairs. And we did it on a 12-inch spacing in 2 dimensions. The purpose of these chairs is to hold the steel out 3 inches from the original ferrocement shell. So the chairs were put on, and we put these little plastic black caps on the chairs. So when we sprayed it with polyurethane, we pulled the caps off, and it left this little chair, something to tie the steel to. Then we subbed out all the steel work to a local concrete company. That's what they do. So they love coming out to the project, and they did it in a short time. So they wrapped the whole thing with 1/4 inch. It's called pencil rod. It's 1/4 inch steel on the grid like that. Then the next coat was 2 inches of gut. So what we're doing is building a swimming pool upside down over the original ferrocement shell. When we finished, we actually made a few little touches here and there, but again, it was like all of a sudden the old gal was just kind of sagging here and there, and we brought it back up. So then another, say 20 years go by, I moved out to Mexico. Doug moved back east, everybody just kind of spread out. And I'm not sure when I heard the news, but I was told that there was a flood in that area that had excessive rain, and the water table, the lake, Mojo Lake, came up to a level where it was 2 feet high above the slab in the house. So the whole interior was flooded with water. And then as the water receded, the house retained the water, so it was like a swimming pool, really, but it had 2 feet of stagnant water for I don't know how long, a year or two. And so all the woodwork just delaminated and came apart. And boy, I had some mixed feelings about that, but still it was like a background thing, and I was sorry that it happened, but things happened. And then somewhere along the line, this is again 25 years. Doug and I, we did a little slideshow at the University of Houston College of Architecture, and kind of brought the house of the century back, 25th anniversary. And I had a chance to go back and look at it again. And when I went out there, it was totally different. The pond that was in front of the house was filled in. There was no more water in front. These big vines were covering the trees, and the whole house was covered with lichen and moss. And this is my first view of the house after we put the moisture shield on. And it was so strong. It was a relic. It's beautiful. And that's the way I feel about it. I mean, to think of an architectural edifice that in a period of 25 years became kind of a famous artistic statement to a ruin was amazing. In a life, usually it doesn't happen in architectural lifetime, but there it was. And it was very moving. I mean, to me, it didn't really matter what happened to the inside. It was a shame, but what's left was wonderful. And I know that that shell will be there, for a long time, 1,000 years of it. And knowing how it was built, it's, out of concrete and steel, it's going to be a relic that remains for a long time. Just recently, Maryland had a little meeting with Chip, and this is after Doug had his unfortunate accident. He's no longer with us, but we had a meeting of Ant Farm, Curtis and Chip and I, to talk about bringing the house back to its splendor. So I don't know what's going to happen from here on. Marilyn and I have been talking about fixing it up and maybe adding a stair in there and opening it, really doing a renovation, which may happen. The way I look at it, that shell is going to be there a long time, and whatever you do to the inside can be a changing thing. Like, have one interior for 50 years, 100 years, or whatever, it can be gutted and completely changed. New technology, whatever. But I feel really good about what's out there now, no matter what happens to it. So it sits there now, outside of England, Texas, and it'll be there for a long time.